Your child is screaming. Suddenly, you're yelling too. You didn't plan to, but their meltdown triggered yours. Now, everyone's dysregulated. Does that sound familiar? Because guess what? We've all been there. Here's what's really happening and how to break that cycle. When anybody is dysregulated around you, it activates your nervous system. Think about it at work. Think about it with your partner. Think about it with your mother in law. And it works both ways. Kids get dysregulated by you, and you get dysregulated by your kid. So, why does that actually happen? It's biology, it's that nervous system activating. But first, it's our mirror neurons. Kids' nervous systems sync with yours. And again, it goes both ways. Their chaos can pull you into chaos and vice versa. Number two, our stress cup overflows. Just like our kids in the previous episode, go back and listen to it. Your kids, your cup can fill up too. Busy parenting or running around. I today made a decision not to go to soccer practice because I was like, this is stressing me out. Like I can't make it there. And my husband went golfing and I was like, "What am I doing? It's practice and it's junior varsity." I'm sure everybody else who's serious sporty cringes, but we're nerds. This can't be. But the demands were too much. Your kids meltdown, it doesn't even have to be a meltdown. Their little tone in their voice, their irritation, they're not focused, they're not listening. It's that last drop that actually makes you spill over because again that cup in both way. Why? Other reasons why survival brain takes over once you're triggered in the same way that your kid has this happen. Your prefrontal cortex, your logic, your patience goes offline. I go into situations knowing, not with my kids, but when other situations, patience ain't my virtue. It's not. In many ways, nobody would ever know that to be the case. But internally, I'm the person who's like, "Oh my god, this cashier is taking forever." It's why as soon as, you could get deliveries before the pandemic, why I order groceries online. I don't have no patience for it. And I know that it activates me and I'm doing a lot of things. Once you go offline, then you're going to fight, flight, or freeze. Could be for you only, could be both of you. And then once you move into this co-dysregulated state, forget about it. Like, it's very tough unless you put your big boy or girl panties on and step out, which once you're activated, again, your survival brain is taking over. Really, honestly, walking away is the best thing you can do. A dad I work with, Michael, he told me every time his son Jordan lost it, he'd lose it too. Took it really personally. He grew up in a very, very rigid home, fundamentalist religious views, just very strict, very, very strict. And even as much as he knew that it was wrong to act this way, he still was like triggered. They'd end up in screaming matches. They would both be exhausted. And he was like, I just don't want this for my son, for the family. The other kids were probably all in a fawn state because they didn't talk back. But Jordan was like, no, like this is ridiculous. He had a lot of demands and he wasn't being fair. And in fairness, Michael, the dad, really again saw this and wanted to break this cycle. First thing we did, we learned to pull back and pause, breathe before responding, and even to say to himself, like, come on, is this really something for me to get so dysregulated over? And that's when things shifted. And his son didn't even do anything. It was he who shifted and changed his expectations about just some of the ridiculousness. He became kind of unfair. Son still had some meltdowns, of course, but over time, his calm became more anchored. And because the dad was more anchored, he really started to shift and they stopped really having daily battles. And in fact, what you actually got to see is more normal behavior from all the kids because we think it's good for kids to be ruled by fear and for kids to be regulated, appear to be regulated, which is doing the right things because they're so afraid. But these are the kids that really they end up in abusive relationships. They wind up with much greater mental health problems. We want our kids to be regulated from the inside, and we want to see those behaviors. And normal bumps are normal bumps. You can't stop a child's meltdown if you're having one too. Regulation has to start with you every single time. Okay? Not perfectly, but most of the time. But you can't expect your kid to be regulated if you're running hot. And if you're running hot, you can say to your kid, like, I love you, but I am too irritated, or I didn't sleep last night. I am not thinking straight to answer that question. That's called human. And it opens up the door to real conversation. And it also helps your kids to realize, oh, there's reasons why I might be dysregulated instead of feeling hopeless about it. Oh, it's so helpful, really it is. And it's not a pass. It's an understanding and opens the door to changing behavior. Certainly what helped? The pause. And he would say, "Am I calm enough to assist my kid right now?" If he wasn't, he had to take a breath, he had to walk away and come back. And he would even say like, "Hey buddy, I'm, too dysregulated right now. I'm too irritated." Important. You borrow calm, you works both ways. Like your calm can trigger their calm. So remember that, and their calm can help yours. So anchor with presence, not just pressure. Kneel down, soften. Don't come in intimidating. I have a family member who has like such an intimidating body language and always like just feels very irritated. And I avoid them like the plague because I need lots of calm and I need a lot of fun in my life because I really like to have a good time. So when you mess up, you got to repair. These are slips. If you yelled, own it, apologize. I got upset too. Let's try again. The repair builds trust, and you're displaying the behavior you want to see from your kid. Okay. No perfection here. You want to really, show them all the messiness, but really be human and not so demanding about it and really try to your best to regulate and show those behaviors you want. What are you going to do right now? The next time your kid is escalating, you start to see irritation, they're not paying attention, they're shouting, whatever it is, those behaviors that are the things that are your trigger, okay? You're going to notice your own body first because that's where tension shows up for kids and adults. But as adults, we should start to realize it. Are your shoulders tense? Is your start breathing out of your chest? That's your cues. Pause, reset, then step in. Don't go in hot. Always remember that. When you calm first, you stop the chain reaction. Their irritation or meltdown or frustration doesn't have to become yours. For more calm first parenting tools that actually work in the heat of the moment, all you have to do is subscribe to my free newsletter, The Dysregulation Insider. You go to drroseanne.com/newsletter. Remember, this is where you're going to get only place. You're going to get special insider information there and on my email list. When you get on the newsletter, you're going to get special information about my book, which is going to change. Regulation first parenting is going to change the conversation about parenting, and I want you to be part of it. Get started, regulate first, don't go in hot.
Want more insights and solutions? Well, subscribe to our Dysregulation Insider and it will show up in your inbox every week.